April 10, 2026, 4 astronauts came home, 694,000 miles traveled 10 days around the moon, the first humans beyond low Earth orbit since 1972. But between hitting the atmosphere and hitting the water, there were 13 minutes where everything depended on one piece of hardware, the heat shield. And here's the thing, NASA knew it had a problem. This is the heat shield from Artemis 1. The test flight, December 2022, over 100 locations cracked. Pieces broke off during re-entry. Big chunks, just gone. The material is called Avcoat. It's designed to burn away slowly, carrying heat with it as it ablates, but it's not supposed to crack and pop off in chunks like that. NASA spent 2 years trying to figure out why. What they found was happening inside the shield itself during re-entry. The outer layers heat up through a process called pyrolysis, basically cooking the material from the inside out. Gases get generated, and in Artemis 1, those gases couldn't escape. Pressure built up, the outer layer fractured. A retired NASA astronaut named Charles Camarda publicly warned NASA not to fly Artemis 2 with the same design. He said it was like playing Russian roulette, and the Artemis 2 heat shield, it wasn't redesigned, it was already installed on the capsule before NASA even flew Artemis 1. Same design, 4 human lives. So what did they do? They changed how the spacecraft came home. Orion was originally designed to use something called a skip entry, like a stone skipping across a pond. The capsule dips into the atmosphere, heats up, then climbs back out briefly to cool down before making its final descent. That profile gives you more time in the atmosphere, which means more time for those trapped gases to build pressure, which means more cracking. So NASA did something counterintuitive. They made the re-entry steeper, faster, hotter. Instead of spreading the heat over a longer time, they concentrated it into a shorter window. The outer char layer stayed hot the entire time, so gases could vent continuously instead of getting trapped when the surface cooled during the skip phase. On April 10th, Orion hit the atmosphere at 24,664 miles per hour, 35 times the speed of sound, fast enough to turn the air around the capsule into plasma. Temperatures outside the shield, 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, half as hot as the surface of the sun inside the capsule where the astronauts sat, comfortable, safe. The shield did its job. At 8:07 p.m., Orion splashed down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego, 2.9 miles from the targeted landing site after a 250,000 miles, 2.9 miles off. And then this photo, US Navy divers, minutes after splashdown. Underwater, look at it, against the dark blue of the Pacific. The scorched tiles look almost alien, like something ancient pulled from a shipwreck, but this isn't a relic, it's proof. NASA released their initial assessment on April 21st. Char loss behavior observed on Artemis 1 was significantly reduced, both in terms of quantity and size. It worked. The steeper trajectory worked. Engineers found minimal charring, no unusual cracking. Even reflective thermal tape, which is supposed to burn off during re-entry, was still present in multiple locations, but there was one moment that got everyone's attention. A photo taken during descent showed a large white patch on the underside of the shield. Social media lit up. Was that missing material? Had the shield failed? NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman responded directly. The discoloration was not liberated material. It corresponds to the compression pad area, consistent with expected ablation behavior. In other words, that's exactly what we thought would happen. That's the design working. Right now, the heat shield is sitting in a lab at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Alabama. Over the summer, engineers will extract samples, run internal X-ray scans, and compare real-world performance to the Arc Jet facility tests they ran on the ground. They'll measure every scorch mark, every millimeter of char loss, every crack, if there are any. Because in 2027, Artemis 3 launches, and that mission, that one lands on the moon, the heat shield data from Artemis 2 will determine the re-entry profile for Artemis 3. It will shape abort scenarios. It will inform trajectory planning for every crewed mission that follows. A year from now, we'll know if NASA's gamble was perfect engineering or if they got lucky. But here's what we already know. 4 people flew 694,000 miles, circled the moon, came home at 25,000 miles per hour through 5,000-degree plasma, and walked off that ship without a scratch. That heat shield, scorched, tested, and floating in the Pacific, just opened the path to the lunar surface. And when Artemis 3 lifts off, I'll be watching. Because now we know, the shield works.